What's up, guys? It's your boy Darskin, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about I guess the future of Grand Cross banners, as far as global anyways, because of something that we got this week for the update. Now, if you guys don't know, which you should, we got a double Melascula and Melascula banner, right? So we got both of her. We got her, banner unit, and then we also got the coin shop one as well. Now, granted, the red one is a lot better than the blue one. They were both on the banner. Now, that is to say, on JP, they did not do that. On JP, if you look at JP's banners, when did she come out? Yeah, right? Melascula came out with Fat King, right here. Along with Monspeet coming out with Blue Demon Meliodas. But long story short, we didn't have a double Melascula banner. Now, I'm not saying global is JP or JP is global. I'm just talking about the differences for the sake of the video. But yeah, so based off of that, what if we were to get double banners for all of the commandments? That would like increase the value of the commandments like way better. I mean, we can't really do it with Galand because Galand's already in the game. Granted, Red Galand, which like Shatter on his first card, well, Shatter, and then 180%, 270%, 450%, and then going down, removes buffs 220%. At rank 2, removes buffs 300%, and then at rank 3, cancels buff stances 400%. This Galand isn't that crazy, right? And then like he obviously has the same commandment. Any enemies and allies who rank up or rank down are petrified for 2 turns, obviously. And then it's passive. Ignores 30% of the enemy's defense when strength attribute allies use a skill. So any red units, basically if you have red units on the team, all of them will ignore defense, right, of the enemies, which is a pretty cool passive. It kind of goes into leader passives type of deal. Obviously, there's other units in the game like Twigo who gives HP or whatever to like red units and stuff. But I'm pretty sure he's like the first unit to have a passive for his team, like towards the enemy, I guess you could say, something like that. But anyways, yeah, this Galand isn't super crazy. I mean, he's not bad, but like this Galand just works really well because of his Amplify card and how he works with his Coerce and everything like that. But needless to say, when it comes to the commandments, there's always a commandment that's like average or not that good, and then there's one that's like really good, right? Obviously with Melascula, the red one is like way better, right? Her passive is super like slept on. On JP right now with Elizabeth, a lot of people are running red Melascula and Elizabeth to like double revive type deal. So that's something that a lot of people are doing. This Melascula is not that good, as I said. When it comes to Galands, the blue Galand is a lot better in my opinion. The red one's not bad by any means, right? But it's like if you're not rocking red units, his passive's kind of useless. And then it's like he does damage, but it's like, why would you take him over most units, So like he's just very mediocre. Now when it comes to Estarossa, red Estarossa is not that crazy, right? 220 disables recovery skills, 220 disables recovery skills, and then 360 disables recovery skills. Moving on to his other one, 160, 240, 400, which is Extinction, increases damage by 20% per debuff on target. Nothing crazy. Same ult as other Estarossa, which is just the counter. Going on to his commandment, it's the same as both of them. Allies and enemies that receive damage apply a debuff to the attacker that reduces attack related stats by 20% for 3 turns. His passive though increases attack by 10% per debuff on the hero, which is like, I don't know why you would want debuffs on yourself by 10% per debuff on the hero. Maybe this is talking about enemy heroes, but even still, it's just like debuffs are not. You're not gonna have debuffs that much, so it's like But anyways, now this Estarossa right here is like what, like top tier, like amazing, right? He ignores defense on his attack card, which there's a lot of blue units in the game that are gonna he's gonna be doing a lot of damage to. 200%, 300%, 500%, good multipliers with having charge. Then his counter, oh my goodness, taunts enemies for 1 turn, inflicts damage equal to 240% of attack, 360% of attack, and then at rank 3, it's 600% of attack for 2 turns. Like, he has the only counter in the game that counters based off of his stat. I believe. Well, actually, no. I think Blue SR Meliodas, but it's like Blue SR Meliodas doesn't counter. I mean, doesn't taunt. Excuse me. So it's like, it's not as good. Obviously, same ult as the other one, same commandment, but it's passive. Removes debuffs and grants debuff immunity on the ally that assumes a stance for 2 turns. Does not apply to ultimate move. So basically, if you counter and then you attack, it negates his commandment because he has debuff immunity. So it's like the commandment that he has doesn't even apply to him if you play him properly. And then it's like you can just dish out a lot of damage with everybody else, like, because even if they attack you, right, what's really good is that his passive works really well, his commandment works well with his taunt. So it's like if they attack you, they get like their attack related stats go down. Now if they attack again with like second or whatever turn, like, you're gonna be taking less damage, but you're gonna dish out the same amount of damage no matter what. He just does a lot. Trust me when I tell you, he does a lot of damage and he has a lot of life still, so that counter is nasty. Going on to Monspeet, right? This red Monspeet isn't that good. He has like an AoE weak point, but like he has no debuffs, so it doesn't really make sense. He has debuff on his ultimate, but it's like if you gotta wait for the ult, it's just not that good. But this Monspeet this Monspeet's not that good, but he's a lot better, right? Single target weak point, which is much better, because it's like most units have single target debuffs. No one's gonna, like, there's not many units that have AoE debuffs unless you like partner this guy with Gother, and even then, like, the AoE debuff is not doing that much damage. And then you have this card right here, 220% of attack, 220% of attack, takes away ult gauge and deletes a card, and then it takes away 2 ult gauge, deletes 2 card. Dog, I'm telling you, this Monspeet, it be slapping. All right, I'm telling you. Increases damage by, dealt by 100%. If the attacking enemy has ignite stacks, basically. But that's the thing, right? Putting ignite stacks on one enemy and then attacking one enemy, especially with weak point, is much easier than having, you know, everybody with debuffs. It's like you got to kind of partner him with Gother or somebody to that degree, which you're probably not going to be running Gother with him. Like, it just, you know, it's weird. But yeah, so there's Monspeet. Gloxinia. This Gloxinia is not that good. Unlucky. It's sad to say. It's so sad that he's not that good. But if we get the dual banner, the other Gloxinia is fire. So 130% to one enemy bleed, 195 bleed, 325 bleed, and it's all for 2 turns. This right here is the same AoE as Gother, 120, and then 120 disable attack, 180 disable attack for 2 turns. His ultimate inflicts ruin, which does 30% increased damage per debuff and removes the debuffs. Ruin damage 560%. His passive increases defense related stats by 5% for each surviving ally. So he's going to start with 20 and then increases attack related stats by 5% for each dead ally, because it includes himself. So 5, 10, 15, 24 people, obviously. Pretty cool passive. Commandment of Repose. Allies and enemies who use 2 or more skills in a single turn will have their attack-related stats reduced by 30%. This effect only activates when Gloxinia is on the battlefield, basically. This effect will take place before the second skill is used, right? So yeah, I mean, I don't know how long the debuff lasts. It doesn't really say. I think it's 3 turns. I'm pretty sure it's 3 turns, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyways, maybe it just stays on you. But yeah, he's overall just not that good. But red Gloxinia, dog. Oh, I'm here for it, boys. Inflicts damage equal to 120% AoE. At rank 2, it's 120% AoE. allows the use of only rank 1 skills for 1 turn. Bro, so basically if like the enemy can only use rank 1 skills if he does this rank 2. So say the whole enemy team has rank 2 skills, they can't play the game. You can't play the game. So unless you have King on your team with a level 1 cleanse, you can't do anything, because Lilia cannot cleanse on her level 1 heal, right? Blue Lilia cleanses on her level 2 heal, but if this card is in effect, she can't use level 2 cards. Bro, I'm telling, I love this Glock so much, man. I love this Gloxinia so much. And then at rank 3, it's 180%, and it does that debuff for 2 turns. Now, this is a debuff. It can be cleansed, but the only people that can cleanse it are King, Blue SR Gila, and Gloxinia. Well, this red Gloxinia. Those are the only 3 characters in the game that have like level 1 cleanses. Now, obviously, there's like Blue Liz, who has like the single target cleanse, but I'm talking about like AoE cleanse. There's only like 3 units in the game that have that, right? SR Gila, this red Gloxinia, and then Blue King. So if you're not using those 3, you just can't use level 2 cards or level 3 cards. And then his second ability removes debuffs from allies. At rank 2, it removes debuffs from allies and heals all allies for 240% of his attack. And then at rank 3, it removes debuffs, heals allies for 300% of his attack, and grants debuff immunity for 2 turns. Bro, I love this Gloxinia. And it sucks because on JP, he didn't come out for like 9 months, 8 or 9 months. But if we're doing double banners on global, we get him with Gloxinia. And keep in mind, Gloxinia is going to be coming very soon. Going over Derieri, right? Red Derieri. I mean, we talked about her a bunch. She's the hardest hitting unit in the game. She just works really, really dumb, right? She gets a 10% attack boost for every skill that she uses, up to 10. It resets if she doesn't use a skill. A raw attack card. This right here just increases her base stats by 20%, 30%, and it gives her evade. And then 50% for 3 turns gives her evade. Those are 2 turns. Her passive in PvP reduces ranged attacks by 35% damage, right? So there is that. This is amazing. Now, this Derieri is not that bad either, right? 120% attack depletes ult gauge, 300% depletes ult gauge, 450% depletes ult gauge by 3. This card right here, 150% AoE, 180% AoE fills her ult gauge, 300% AoE fills her ult gauge, right? Then her passive, ultimate move gauge, will not be filled when enemies use or move skills, right? Now, her ultimate, 630% damage amplify. Now, amplify is for this Derieri right here. This is how she nukes so good. She's also good in PvP. Then, last but not least, we have Zeldris. Now, I know we could talk about Fraudrin, but he doesn't have a commandment, and Green Fraudrin was on Lost Vein banner, so I don't know how they're gonna do that. But anyways, Zeldris. This Zeldris is not that bad, but he's like very average in comparison to the other one, in my opinion. Depletes ult gauge, deplete ult gauge by 3, same card. This right here, disables recovery skills. This is the same thing that Arthur has. But yeah, literally just on all 3. His ultimate, double crit damage. He has a 63% chance to crit, so he's going to be critting a lot. Increases basic stats of all allies by 6% for every ally and enemy in the battle possessing a commandment. So, all allies, so say you have 3 commandments, your entire team's getting 18%. Say you have 3 commandments and the other guy has like 2, everybody on the team is getting 30%. Like, so that's how that works, right? Yeah, so anyways, his passive removes debuffs from allies and enemies that move skills and depletes the ult move gauge by 1. So, if you move a skill, all debuffs are removed, but you lose the ult gauge. So, needless to say, you don't gain ult gauge by moving if Zeldris is on the field. Blue Zeldris. Double crit damage on his first card, 160, 240, 400. Not to mention, like I said, his crit chance is 63, 64%, whatever. And then Invisible Blade. Despair recovers 15% of diminished HP when critical hit occurs. 100%, 150, 250. This is AoE, by the way. Same ultimate, and then his passive. Increases crit damage by 30% when the hero's ultimate move gauge is depleted by 1. Right? Limit 3 times except depletion due to own ultimate. So, basically, if you move a card, this passive activates up to 3 times. So, yeah. Those are all of the units. Now, like I said, we should be getting, we are, like, Monspeet's right here, so we're probably going to be getting Monspeet next. Because, like, here's Melascula and Monspeet's right there, so we're probably getting Monspeet next. And then after Monspeet, we'll probably be getting Gloxinia as far as commandments go. But anyways, that is the entire video. That is all of the double banner commandments we would be getting if we got them. I'm excited for Gloxinia. Let me know in the comment section below who you guys are excited for. Don't get me wrong, both Zeldris are good, both Derieri are good. This Gloxinia is good, he's not good. This Monspeet is pretty good, this guy's not good. Green Estarossa is amazing, this guy's not that good. This red Galand's average. Obviously, we have this Galand, and then you already know about the Melascula. So, anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. That being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.